your post-purchase strategies aren't going to be successful if you're not thinking about the entire funnel steps.
Welcome to Honest Ecommerce, a podcast dedicated to cutting through the BS and finding actionable advice for online store owners. I'm your host, Chase Clymer, and I believe running a direct-to-consumer brand does not have to be complicated or a guessing game. On this podcast, we interview founders and experts who are putting in the work and creating real results. I also share my own insights from running our top Shopify consultancy, Electric Eye. We cut the fluff in favor of facts to help you grow your e-commerce business. Let's get on with the show. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Honest E-Commerce. I'm your host, Chase Clymer, and today technically welcoming back to the show the position, but not the person. So This is a fun one. Welcoming to the show, the new CEO of Carthook, Emily Foreman. How are you doing today?
Hey, Chase, I'm good. Thanks for having me. Excited to have this conversation with you.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. So for the people that are not in the know, what is Carthook and how do you guys help merchants?
Yeah. So Carthook, we are a post-purchase offers app that works directly with Shopify and Shopify Plus merchants. So think of us as an extension of the Shopify checkout page that allows Shopify stores to add a true one-click post-purchase offers for their shoppers.
Absolutely. And so for the listeners that have been around for quite a while, there was a previous CEO, Jordan. He was on the show way back when. He's been a great friend of the channel and of the agency. Let's walk through what happened there and how you kind of came to helm this awesome app.
Yeah. So Jordan, I have some big shoes to fill. But if any listeners are familiar with Carthook, we've pivoted in the last 8 months. So our kind of legacy, what we're known for is our legacy app, which was the Carthook checkout replacement app that also allowed post-purchase offers. And that's kind of was Jordan's thing, right? So anyone familiar with Carthook is very familiar with Jordan, the post-purchase offers app with the customizable one-page checkout. I joined the Carthook team in 2018 to build out their customer success program. So they were just ramping up and had recently launched the one-page checkout with post-purchase offers. So I kind of helped them launch the success program and launch really that product to great success. And then in early or late 2019, we started having some partnership conversations with Shopify around what it would look like to build a native Shopify app. Our legacy, the checkout product, was very complex, kind of in friendly terms. There was a lot that needed to happen to get it up and running. And so this conversation that we started with Shopify around building a public app that was available to all Shopify accounts was exciting. So we started doing that, and within late 2020, mid 2020, it took us around 3 months, and we built a native Shopify post-purchase offers app. And with that, kind of Jordan's, he's an entrepreneur by heart. So I have a very non-traditional CEO path, and Jordan, he was meant to do this, meant to build a business, meant to be an entrepreneur. And that's where his kind of heart pulled him. So in early 2021, he decided to step down as CEO and kind of move on to start his new project, which is in kind of the similar industry, but more on the headless marketing side of things. So with that, he had the faith in me to kind of have me step into his role, and having that experience on my end of the customer facing side of what the customer experience, how to really engage our customer base, bring them on board, help them see the value in post-purchase offers. It felt like a natural fit for me. There's been learning curves of learning kind of the nitty gritty of being a CEO and running a business, but it's been very, very exciting. And the new Shopify native app is, it's still new. We're still green. We're still learning a lot, but it's been a fun trip so far.
Absolutely. And I guess it's worthwhile to kind of point out that there were releases to like Shopify just started releasing APIs left and right within the last couple of years. And a few of them were around checkout, and it allowed this functionality to take place within the checkout. I believe there was like an unwritten rule at one point where Shopify was like, it's our checkout. Yeah. Nobody can mess with it. Yeah. And then they learned that that's what the community wanted, especially merchants and partners alike were like, this is a thing that everybody wants. Yeah. So once they opened it up, it allowed a lot of really cool things to happen. I want to say that when did the native app launch?
We launched November of 2020, so a few weeks before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It was when I say we launched it in 3 months, we built a completely new app and were able to launch before Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Shopify makes very interesting choices when they design to announce insane changes deadlines to the ecosystem. Yeah. So like right now with Online Store 2.0 coming, everyone that's talking to us is like, oh, can we get like a new store on 2.0 with sections everywhere done before Black Friday, Cyber Monday? And we're like, I don't even know if Shopify is going to release all this stuff before then.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's right. The Shopify Unite announcement, there was some really exciting things on that they announced. One, the checkout extension API, opening that up, we're like juiced up on that, thinking of what can we do with that. That's something on the legacy side we always wish we had access to, right? But now that we have that really direct connection with them, it's going to be exciting for our team to really take a deep dive into what can we do now that we have access to certain endpoints.
Yeah, the one that, obviously they've been promising sections everywhere since the dawn of man. But now that's finally, the one that kind of went under the radar and they haven't brought it up much that I'm super excited about was the custom content blocks that they were talking about. Because I come from, previous to Shopify, I was kind of a WordPress guy, and that's how you'd solve for everything with advanced custom fields was the app that would you can just generate content blocks around these things and kind of solve for whatever your thing is. That sounds really terrible. It's a terrible way to describe it, but essentially Shopify, basically the content blocks that are built into Shopify CMS right now are blog, product, and page, and that's pretty much it. But if you can dream it, you can build it. So what if you wanted to build content blocks around lessons because you were like a online content creator, or you wanted to build content blocks around videos and have those page templates look a certain way? It's going to explode the capabilities of their CMS, and I can't wait to see what the community does with it.
Oh, 100% agree. And, exciting for us, we don't have much input on the checkout page now with our new native app, but this leads us into when we have conversations with brands on thinking beyond, we might just be the post-purchase side of things, but we like to think of a more holistic approach of taking it through the entire funnel. It's your post-purchase strategies aren't going to be successful if you're not thinking about the entire funnel steps. So the checkout page, your post-purchase offers, and your thing page. So allowing to have more content like disclaimers. We work with a lot of people in the health and wellness industry. That's going to be huge. It's exciting to see Shopify kind of pivot in this new direction of allowing more access.
Well, let's dive into that funnel. That's a great transition. Let's dive into, what does Carthook solve? What's the one KPI that everyone should think about when they're thinking about post-purchase promotions, be it Carthook or any of the other competitors in the space?
Yeah, that's a good question. And, people think of it as I can easily increase my AOV by inserting a post-purchase offer. And while that's true, and we do see, merchants have success with increasing their AOV. Like an average, I think we're looking at like a 10% increase, which is no small number. It's around the whole funnel structure. So we have conversations around, just an example, a most recent one that we were having in a success meeting is, struggling with this account. It's a really great brand. They just recently launched. They were focused a lot on the design of their site, which was great. They were thinking of their entire tech stack. So what they wanted to add, and they knew they wanted post-purchase, they just did not have the traffic. So if you're not getting the sales, it doesn't make sense to implement. So we try to get people to think at the top of the funnel. driving traffic. Once you get traffic, implementing the post-purchase. So based off of your, thinking again about customer lifetime value. So what does that look like of positioning offers that are comparable to what they just purchased? So for example, if you're purchasing a bottle of vitamins, have a second offer be a discounted rate. So getting them to your shopper to feel more engaged in the buying process, and also implementing that kind of little, FOMO, fear of missing out on the offers, as we position that a lot too. But it really is encouraging them to think outside of the box. As we love that they came to us and want to implement us, but thinking more around their entire strategy and how we can play a part of that, so they can see the growth in revenue, see a growth in their checkout conversion rates, encouraging them to, if they're not using ShopPay, they should be using ShopPay. Like that's a huge boost to your checkout page, and works with our offers. So
you mentioned something there, and it's like a lot of people focus on their design when they're first building out their store, but they don't have the traffic to support, honestly, that level of investment, that level of detail, to be honest. And that's something I find a lot with young merchants, is that they focus in the wrong places. So, a lot of let's kind of talk a little bit more tactical and use numbers, because that's what everybody wants. Is there like a number in your head, be it, number of orders a month or volume in terms of like sales volume monetarily, where you think it's worthwhile to kind of take a look at, expanding your tech stack and actually getting into starting to offer, post-purchase promotions, or, just getting a little more into the nitty-gritty of things. I have my opinion, but I'd love to hear yours.
Yeah, it varies. We've had for a while, and we're still kind of sticking to it, is if you're making $10,000 a month in sales, that's a good time to start implementing post-purchase offers. So starting, you need to be making something. We have these new stores, these stores that just started, and they're making $1,200 a month with no traffic. They're not going to see the value. So if you're 10,000 is a good start. You're making some revenue, and that's a good starting point to then thinking about expanding your tech stack. And an easy way, is post-purchase, and thinking about, do you have a product that could be a subscription product, implementing kind of a rewards program. So starting to think there, I'm making this amount of money. Now, how can I grow that by thinking about my customer lifetime value and things I can implement to have a repeat customer?
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably be a little more cynical, and I'd say a higher number. But I agree. Yeah. I think $10,000 is an amazing goal to get to, for almost getting to step, I'd say 0.5. You're not really to the one stage. You're 0 to 1 point. You're 0 to like half.
No, this is like you're at a good start, right? Hopefully, you're processing 10,000 within your first 45 days.
Yeah.
Like then you're off to a good start. And you're right. You're not processing $10,000 and implementing all of the tools all at once. This gives you a chance to start thinking, now I can expand. And how can I expand to, make more money?
If you're struggling with scaling your sales, maybe Electric Eye can help. Our team has helped our clients generate millions of dollars in additional revenue through our unique brand scaling framework. You can learn more about our agency at electriceye.io. That's ELECTRICEYE.io. Mesa is the easiest way to integrate any top e-commerce app or service with your online store. Designed exclusively for Shopify and Shopify Plus, Mesa's automated workflows can get back your time spent on repetitive tasks while growing your business at the same time. Join other merchants that have embraced the simplicity of Mesa's no-code approach to building workflows. You can create new ways to improve customer engagement, encourage repeat purchases without lifting a finger, reduce manual data entry, and more through a simple point-and-click interface. And with Black Friday, Cyber Monday planning around the corner, now is the time to ask the question, is my online store prepared? Optimizing every step in the shopping experience is the only way to create a lifelong customer. Get Mesa and capitalize on one of the biggest e-commerce events of the year. Search Mesa in the Shopify App Store and download the app today. Our partner Rewind can protect your Shopify store with automated backups of your most important data. Rewind should be the first app you install to protect your store against human error, misbehaving apps, or collaborators gone bad. It's like having your very own magic undo button. Trusted by over 80,000 businesses, from side hustles to the biggest online retailers like Gymshark, Gatorade, and Movement Watches. Best of all, merchants like you can get 1 month of automated Shopify backups for free by visiting rewind.io/honest. That's rewind.io/honest. Hey everybody, do you want to win back valuable lost time for your support team? Gorgias has machine learning functionality that takes the pressure off small support teams and gives them the tools to manage a large number of inquiries at scale, especially during the holiday season. Gorgias combines all your different communication channels like email, SMS, social media, live chat, and even phone into one platform and gives you an organized view of all of your customer inquiries. Their powerful functionality can save your support team hours per day and makes managing customer orders a breeze. They have allowed online merchants to close tickets faster than ever with the help of pre-written responses integrated with customer data to increase the overall efficiency of customer support. Their built-in automations also free up time for support agents to give better answers to complex product-related questions, providing next-level support, which helps increase sales, brand loyalty, and recognition. Eric Brandholtz, the founder of Beard Brand, says, "We're a 7-figure business and we have essentially one person on customer support and experience. It's impossible to do it without tools like Gorgias to help us innovate." Learn how to level up your customer support by speaking to their team here. Visit gorgias.grsm.io/honest. That's gorgias.grsm.io/honest. Businesses are the most successful when they own their own data, customer relationships, and their growth. That's why more than 50,000 e-commerce brands, big and small, trust Klaviyo to deliver their ideal customer experience. Klaviyo is the ultimate e-commerce marketing platform for online brands of all kinds and all sizes. With email automation, SMS marketing, list growth tools, and more, you'll get everything you need to build strong relationships that keep your customers coming back. If you're tired of relying too heavily on paid advertising or third-party marketplaces for your sales success, you're not alone. It's time to take back control of the customer experience. More and more online businesses are moving to Klaviyo to grow higher value customer relationships through personalized email and SMS marketing, and the results are staggering. Ready to drive future sales and higher customer lifetime value with a marketing platform built for your long-term growth? You should get a free trial of Klaviyo over at klaviyo.com/honest. That's KLAVIYO.com/HONEST. I think that, when you're talking about getting to that first 10,000 is probably the hardest. Getting from $10,000 to $100,000 a month is going to be infinitely easier. And that's the truth of the matter. And it requires someone that knows what they're doing. You can invest in yourself and learn it yourself and do it, or you can kind of work with partners that can kind of speed things along. So, what's worth more to you, your time or investing in yourself. But kind of on that is the 3 KPIs that kind of make up what your $10,000 looks like a month is 1 is your sessions, 2 your conversion rate, and 3 your average order value. And with kind of often what people go straight to when they get to that threshold, or they kind of get that first success, is they go straight to sessions and they start amplifying their sessions through paid media, usually Facebook and Instagram. But what they fail to realize is that all that new traffic is going to convert at lower than whatever their historical conversion rate is. So, if their conversion rate's 2, that traffic's going to convert at 1, maybe, if they're lucky. Depends on how good they are at Facebook ads. And then their average order value isn't going to move at all. So I like to flip the script on everyone, and I'm like, don't go to sessions first. You need to optimize what you have before you start pouring more gas on the fire. You want to focus on your AOV, and within our when we're talking about AOV, post purchase is one of the first things we're talking about in that conversation. But like you said, you got to think about the whole funnel. There's a lot of opportunities within the whole funnel to talk about upsells or cross sells, and trying to just get more in the cart. So kind of in that, obviously the app itself is focused on post-purchase. Is there anything coming in the future or in the pipeline that you guys are thinking about helping with more of the funnel?
Yeah. So there's, well, as I mentioned earlier, having access now to that checkout extension API, there's a lot of opportunities there. Some things that we've been bouncing around ideas on are like order bumps within the cart seem like an obvious choice. But there's a lot of secret ideas. There's a few that we have, that we're playing around with. I would say kind of exciting things coming relatively soon. Some are features that Shopify is unblocking, and some of our things that we are building out internally to kind of expand our product. But specifically, and thinking again about AOV and customer lifetime value, is we're very excited that Shopify is building out support for subscriptions. In our legacy product, we saw great success with a subscription upsell. So purchasing a one-time offer or one-time product, but converting it into a subscription with post-purchase. So we're really excited to start implementing the things that we learned from the legacy product to our native new Shopify app. And subscriptions is going to be huge on that piece. We are internally building out A/B testing. So being able to test out different funnels that you have created that could be for your bestseller products. So thinking along the lines of, since everyone is really focused on design, so you could have different design layouts, different content, different product images, and testing those out and, pushing out the winner. So A/B testing is huge. And then building out some different kind of funnel criteria is kind of in our pipeline, and hopefully, I hope my product people are listening to this, but hopefully we get that pushed out by Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so that we can have this really big push to help those larger brands really, really be successful this holiday season. So A/B testing on our end, advanced funnel criteria, so being able to really customize what offers you're showing your shoppers. Are two things internally that I'm very excited for us to build out. And then subscriptions.
Yeah. With kind of the offers that you're showing your customers, that's like probably the majority of the conversation that we have with our clients is around what is the offer. The functionality is kind of like, yeah, there's some code and it shows another product. You add the other product to the cart, or you swap what's in the cart with a new thing. Like that all makes sense to me, but it's how you take that concept and apply it to the specific brand. That's when it gets a little more fun and a little more strategic, because you have to really think about the products and your customers. So like a perfect example is like, if you're selling a $1,200 sofa, I don't want a BOGO on a sofa. I've got one living room. You know what I mean? So what is that upsell or that cross sell that is going to go along with a luxury item, a large item? You got to think about that strategically. And then on the complete flip side of the coin, if you got, something that's more of an impulse purchase, something that's a little bit lower on the AOV scale, it's like, how do I go from having a $10, $15 knickknack in my cart to getting that to, $20 or $30 in my cart? Those strategies are completely different. Exactly.
And it comes to think of it when I have conversations with brands too. It's like they're thinking that immediate AOV increase is what they want to see immediately. And sometimes there's different approaches that they can take with that. So if you're a health and wellness brand and in 3 months you're having this new product release, a post offer could be a free sample of that new product. So you're using that as an opportunity. They're making that initial purchase. And while you're not increasing the AOV of that order, you're potentially building brand loyalty by introducing them to a new product that hopefully kind of they return to check it out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of success with samples.
Yep.
Another one that's really fun that I've seen is like a mystery item or a mystery box, you know what I mean? Which is just for getting rid of old inventory. It's like, it's $5, it's $8, whatever, I want it. Those are some like of the more creative things I've seen out there to try to raise the AOV. And then again, post-purchase is only one element of this kind of AOV strategic thinking. Like you can honestly start thinking about how you're going to try to position an upsell or a cross sell to your customer. Honestly, almost on the homepage. Yeah. You can talk about like a bundled savings on the homepage is like the first place you can do it. In the collection page, you can custom code your collections to show the bundle builder in line with other items to, again, train your customer that there's another way to do it to save some money.
Yep.
You should have these things on the product page itself, in the cart page, on the cart page and the cart slider. You can have these things. Within checkout is something cool now that you can actually offer this stuff and post-purchase.
Yeah.
So,
and you can do thank you page offers too. So you've got the entire funnel step. So you're right. You can do it before they even add anything to the cart by offering a discount. Buy, $50 worth, get, whatever you want with it. So, it is interesting that people think I'm just going to put my bestseller up as the post-purchase offer at a discounted rate. That's great. That's a great start. But thinking beyond, you mentioned earlier, clearing out your inventory. That's an amazing way to offload some inventory, but increase your AOV by adding it as a post-purchase offer. Free samples. I love any free product that just is building your brand loyalty. It's an easy way. You're not seeing that immediate. You're not making more money off of it, but you could potentially by having that be a repeat customer.
Yeah, and another way to think about free samples isn't as an offer, but as a reward. So spend 40. Like, what's your AOV threshold? Make your reward threshold like $5 more.
Yeah,
and then offer the gift at that threshold. That's another way to think about it. And that's what's the fun. The fun of this is now it's like, you got to be very strategic. You got to think about your product offering, your customers. How often are they buying? Is it a consumable? Like, what's your product? Like, what are you bringing to market soon? There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do with it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's going to be exciting to see too, as, what is e-commerce going to look like in 5 years? And one piece that I'm really excited about on my side is, I buy almost everything from my phone. And so seeing how mobile commerce is going to take off with SMS, recovery. I've gotten text messages to, re-up something that I purchased. And that to me is exciting, and seeing how that evolves into ways to make it easier for me to purchase from that text message could be a really cool thing that hopefully someone is building out.
Awesome. And now, is there anything that I forgot to ask you that you think would be useful to share with our listeners?
Good question. This was good. It's talking about kind of all the things I like to talk about is being strategic with your funnel and thinking, not just post-purchase, but thinking beyond that. And it all starts at top of the funnel. So I think we covered a lot in just this quick time. Awesome.
Now, if people are interested in the product, where do they go? What do they do?
Yeah. So if you're interested, you can head over to carthook.com. Check us out there. We have an option to chat with us and support right on the page. You can sign up. We have a 14-day free trial, and we're available to Shopify and Shopify Plus merchants. So head over to carthook.com, and we'd love to talk to you.
Awesome. Emily, thank you so much for coming on.
Chase, it was great.
All right. I can't thank our guests enough for coming on the show and sharing their knowledge and journey with us. We've got a lot to think about and potentially add into our own business. You can find all the links in the show notes. Make sure you head over to honestecommerce.co to check out all of the other amazing content that we have. Make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and obviously, if you're thinking about growing your business, check out our agency at electriceye.io. Until next time.